Welcome to everyone tuning in. This is Titan Radio, the
The
space
space
where
where
we'll
you'll never
never
feel
feel
out of
out of
place.
place.
We are your hosts, Kiara Garcia, the lead speaker from 1040
I am Hannah Marie Chiu, your main speaker from 10 Justice.
And I'm Renee Jamila, your Toastmasters main host from 1042.
Welcome, guys, to our last Titan Radio episode for the first season. Can you believe na we came all the way here? Grabe, oh my god. Ito na yung last episode ng Titan Radio this season. Can you guys believe it?
Yun nga nakaabot pa tayo dito not knowing na, well, we planned that we're going to do this before examinations, pero of course, hindi na kaya ng ating brain cells. But good thing that we didn't forget that we will have the same guests from the first episode. Right, Renee?
Right, we kept our promise.
Yeah, and with that, let us reintroduce our guests from the first episode. We have Joshua Palad, Riannah Mendoza, Alexis Del Rosario, and Russell Rojas. Welcome once again, everybody.
Welcome back, guys!
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for having
Hi!
us.
Namiss kayo namin, grabe.
Yeah.
So good to be back.
True.
So how does it feel to be back here? Grabe, parang nagkaka-deja vu ako.
Diba, like, nung September, so like ngayon, naninibago ulit ako sa ganitong setup kasi hindi ako nakapag-refresh ganun.
Like, naalala nyo ba na sasali pala kayo sa last episode? Like, were you anticipating?
I thought na hindi na tayo magla-last episode because we were supposed to do it before examinations and I thought that we just canceled it.
Grabe
Same.
naman, wag mo naman kami expose, Russell.
Napapagod din naman kami.
Pero yun, Alexis, Rihanna, how does it feel to be back?
It's really exciting. I'm really excited to see how much we changed or how much we grew since the first episode. You know, it's really exciting to look back. Yun.
Para naman sa akin, parang nagka-deja vu din ako. For, like, sa isip ko, parang first episode pa lang tayo. Pero sa totoong buhay, last episode na tayo for today.
Yeah, I get that. Parang tama ka nga sa I think like deja vu is the perfect word to describe it, no? And we've come a long way since the first episode. Like sabi nga ng Rihanna, like a lot ano? Sabi nga ni Rihanna, a lot of things have changed since then. Kasi fun fact, alam niyo ba, October 30 of 2021 in-air yung first episode. And this episode is actually gonna air April 30 of 2022. So, diba, parang galing. Kasi, wala lang. Sabi ko lang.
Amazing.
Sim.
Parang kasi time really flew past. Parang so many things changed. But then the time span, it felt extremely short. Parang kahapon lang tayo pumupunta sa Jimmy tapos pinaplano yung first episode. Tapos ngayon, what? Last episode na pala ng Titan Radio first season?
Right. It's been 7 months for an entire season. So that's like more than half a year of like growth, lessons, stress, hard work, such and such. So Titan Radio has come a long way talaga.
Yeah, not going to lie, as one of the people who's working behind the scenes, nakakatuwa that your hard work has come to an end na. And I feel like nagkaroon na ako ng attachment sa pag-anticipate of another month, new episode, tapos mag-iisip tayo ng ng topics, tapos yung guest speakers, and then I will not forget the moments na para magpapasahan tayo na kung sino yung mag-remind kay Miss Renette to our speakers. Like, yeah, we're going to be transparent in this podcast na parang, yeah, hindi perfect yung paggawa ng Titan Radio, but we are very happy that we are able to share amazing experiences with you guys. Yun na, nakakatawa lang. Nakaka-proud. Yun.
Right. Tama ka dyan, Hannah. And like, we want to share, sabi nga ni Hannah, magpapa-vulnerable kami this episode kasi last episode na nga. So, we want to share a bit of fun facts about Titan Radio. So, alam niyo ba guys, Titan Radio, yung iconic line namin na, the space where you'll never feel out of place. Si Renee actually yung gumawa yun. So,
Hi.
Wow.
pasalamatan natin si Renee for our iconic line.
Thank you,
Papalakpak ako dito.
Renee!
Ang
Thank
lakas
you
na
then.
PMJS na di umano. Grabe
Oo
na.
nga. Kung,
Nakaka-LSS yung line na yon.
kaya nga eh.
Siyempre, para sa Titan Radio yan. So, dapat the best lang, di ba? Space where you'll
Wow.
never feel out of place.
And hindi na talaga mawawala yun. So yun na talaga. Parang trademark na.
Right,
Branded.
nakatatak na sa amin yun. In my soul. Grabe naman.
Always
Dramatic.
remember.
Yeah. Then, did you know that Titan Radio wasn't supposed to be a podcast? It is actually a project made by me and Kiara. It's about how during the morning or before morning assembly, the lead back then will have this USB drive, flash drive, that will contain some classical music or instrumental music for the students to listen to before the morning assembly because we believe that listening to music in that particular genre will help the students be calm before going to face the challenges that they're going to have throughout the day. But then of course the pandemic hit. We didn't have the chance to make that project possible. Then one of our lead members recommended a podcast, and me and Kara thought that we could use the name to name this podcast. So, ayun.
Yeah, so it's like been so long. Can you imagine, Nana, na like grade 8 pa lang tayo noon when we had that idea. Tapos actually, a few weeks ago, nahanap ko ulit yung project proposal ng old Titan Radio. Tapos, nagki-cringe ako kasi ang
Oo,
jologs pa natin nun.
hindi pa natin alam kung paano talaga masulat ng project proposal and the fact that we were hoping that it would get approved. So it's
Right?
also a good thing that hindi siya natuloy because mas na-improve naman yung kung anong point or objective ng Titan Radio and of course our writing style change. So yun.
Right. And speaking of change, everyone that has worked on Titan Radio has changed then since the very first episode. So, kamustahan muna tayo. Let's start with Mikhail.
Mm.
How have you changed in these past 7 months?
Siguro for me, na-normalize yung pag-fail para sa akin. Kasi I've always expected na mataas yung grades. Tapos, ngayon, looking back, parang naging normal na sa akin na hindi mataas palagi yung score. Kasi by that, I also learn maging matibay, ganun. Na parang hindi ako palaging nasa taas.
Uy,
Parang na-feel ko yung underground.
But pero not going to lie, nung pinakinggan ko yung song na yun, medyo naiyak ako kasi as a, hindi naman sa former, as a achiever myself, syempre masasanay ka rin sa feeling that you are being given the validation, the compliments that you're this and that. And of course, there will be times that the universe will humble you in some way. I can feel you there, Mikhail. And get ko yung reference ni Renee. Good. So how about you, Russell? How this past few months changed you? Positive change ba, negative change? Share what you want to share.
So now I'm actually fully committed to my diet. It's not study wise, but it's just more personal wise. And I also listen to Taylor Swift now.
oh my god. You're a baby Swiftie. Congratulations.
Yes.
Welcome to the club.
Oh,
Thank you.
same. Grabe, Russell. Parang kahapon lang papasubscribe
Yeah.
pa lang ako sa YouTube channel mo.
So, unahan pa tayo kasi nung una makaka-100.
Oo nga.
100.
Ilang
Yeah.
subscribers ka na ngayon, Russell?
Yeah.
I think
We
it's
talked
over
about that.
100 now. I haven't
Oh my
checked.
gosh. Congratulations.
I remember
Yeah,
we
thank
talked
you.
about
It's super.
Russell's channel, right? During the first
Mm-mm.
episode. Oh. Okay. How
Grabe.
about you, Rihanna? What has changed?
Well, a lot has changed. I would say that I can't say if it's like negative or positive because even though like bad things happened which caused the change, I still think it's good because I learned a lot from it. And like what yun nga, like what Mikhail said, not also used to things not coming my way, not the way I want to. Ganun siya. Ngayon. Well, that's for me.
Pero ganun talaga, we just gotta deal with it, you know? Then how about you, Alexis? How's life?
Okay naman. Life's good, but lately napapansin ko sa sarili ko, ang dami na napansin ko for me. Ang dami na nag-change. For halimbawa, I had friends that left my like childhood behind, then I suddenly forget them. Then lately I just remember them again and again. Then tapos na-realize ko din na yung personality ko nagiging parang extroverted to introverted. Then just started to like listen to K-pop more and started to start a journal. Like ganun, yun lang.
Wow, ang daming... So like, you got new hobbies, ganon?
Yeah, ang dami kong naging change.
Well, what you said that you be free from an extrovert to an introvert. Isa ako doon. I can believe with that. And I don't think that being an introvert is bad. So I really suggest that you should embrace that change. Probably that you should use your introvert phase or era, or maybe you would stay an introvert. But I suggest that in this time, being an introvert has its benefits in terms of you get to know yourself better. Like, good thing that you're e-journaling because that's one of the outlets that you could know yourself better. And when you know yourself better, you could actually connect to people that could really understand you. So with that, you're able to build a foundation on or who are the people that you're going to be friends with well. You know what I mean? Like from our last episode, we talked about how to find the right circle of friends. So yeah, I'm happy for every one of you that may nangyari rin naman sa buhay niyo. You didn't just retain in one spot. You guys evolved. And I'm very proud of you guys. Oh my god, congrats, ganon. Okay, moving on.
Yeah, parang sa mga naririnig ko from you guys, the changes and the evolution that you guys went through, it kind of sounds like, it's the things that happened were far from your expectations. Tama ba? So parang may expectation versus reality moment na nangyayari. So, based naman natin sa ODL, meron din ba kayong expectation versus reality? Kasi 'di ba nung first episode we talked about ODL, tapos yung mga expectations natin, ganun. So, now that we've actually finished experiencing ODL, can you guys believe that? Never thought I would say na tapos na yung ODL, ganun. Anyway, ano naman ng realidad? Wow, realidad. Anong reality? So, now that na-experience na natin yung ODL, anong masasabi niyong reality niyo? Like, na-meet ba niya yung expectations niyo, gano'n?
Well, this ODL school year has been better compared to last school year because there were lots of extracurricular activities. So, for example, ng academic week, I did not expect na magkakaroon pa ng academic week this year. Pero, ayun, looking back, ang daming mga naging fun activities ng LSQC na hindi ko masyadong na-foresee. Katulad din ng Christmas party. Ayun.
For me, I expected the deadlines to be really strict. Like when you don't make the deadline, you're automatically zero. But from my experience, teachers really try their best to get the student to submit, even like after a week after the deadline, which is really nice since everyone gets another chance to submit.
Me, I expected naman na this school year would be similar to the last one last year. Kaso I think it's very different in a way na the lessons are different and there are some study habits or techniques that you can't apply this year that you did last year. Ayun.
Para sa akin naman, like, madami naman nag-change. Like, uh, sometimes yung mga grades natin bumababa, sometimes grades tumataas, then sometimes naging normal. Ah, para sa akin okay lang naman yung experience, parang sanay na ako ta's nung at the very end of the exam, I thought that it wasn't over yet kasi nung like yesterday naalala ko na may pasok pala ta's yung pala wala na. So, it's like been stuck to me na may ODN na may lesson, yun.
Nawire na yung brain ni Alexis. Nasanay na, hindi na marunong mahinga. Pero chill na tayo. Bakasyon na talaga, Alexis. Okay, we're fully up na. Well, come to think of it, medyo na-shock ako sa sinabi ni Russell na na he expected na strict daw yung deadlines. So, ngayon ko lang na-realize, nga pala, grade 7 ka. So yeah, welcome to LSQC. The teachers are not that strict as long as you have a valid reason talaga. Pero we're not going to tell you na abusuhin niyo yung kabaitan ng mga teachers, okay?
Correct. Not all teachers are the same. There are still people who, na parang sumusunod pa rin sa mga schedule nila.
And speaking of deadlines, of course, the study habits, talagang study habits are not just there stagnant. Talagang nag-iiba siya depending on your year level, depending on how you're learning, depending kung anong learner ka. And as your ate, I feel like you should explore different study habits talaga. So you just never know. Malay niyo, maging top 1 pala kayo. Anyway, let's move on. So, speaking about ODL learning, from the first episode, kung maalala niyo pa, what is one lesson that you learned from Miss Lina Bulalakaw, yung guest speaker natin? Or hindi naman lesson, like parang one-liner lang, or just something that has impacted you as a guest speaker?
Actually, napaka-impactful din nga yung na-mention mo, Alexis, kasi nag-stick, isa rin yun sa mga nag-stick sa akin from Miss Lina until now, 7 months afterwards. Yun lang ata yung um, hindi nag-change sa akin. Yung talagang pinromise ko sa sarili ko na ikikip ko na hindi pwede. Like, okay lang, everything else changes. Basta this one thing, I get to keep consistent. Ganon.
For me naman, time management. Kasi as what I can remember from what Miss Lina said, na parang kailangan talaga natin i-juggle lahat ng mga gagawin natin. Like it's given already. So it's our responsibility also to manage our time wisely. Tapos ayun na hindi nagre-revolve yung buhay natin sa mga games lang. We also need to do our jobs at our jobs in school and our jobs at home.
I also need to I learned from Miss Bulalakaw that balance and time management is very important. Ayun.
For me, it's probably do what works for you because everyone learns in their own unique way. And it really is true that our style of learning is based on our own personal preference. So if procrastination works for us, then we should do it. And if cramming doesn't work for us, then we shouldn't. So that's why it's also really important to do what works for you.
So true, guys. That's so on scene. Joke lang. Anyway, since we're on the topic of learnings from our past episodes, let's widen the horizon and ask ko lang kayo is may natutunan din ba kayo not just from our first episode pero from the other Titan Radio episodes na rin? Ano lang, pang-clout na rin, guys. By the way, may playlist kami sa profile namin ng buong season 1 if you wanna check it out.
Yes. Pang-boost lang po ng ego, yung may masabi kayo na may natutunan kayo.
Oo nga. Ikaw nga, Hana, mauna ka na. May natutunan ka ba?
Ako, syempre, oo. Well, yung tumatak sa akin is yung episode natin with Ate Jean. Yung vulnerability. Like, meron talagang times na sometimes consistent tayo in our growth. Pero we have to be reminded that growth is not linear. May ups and down siya. Then, I remember talking about what are healthy coping mechanisms. And before, yung coping mechanisms ko were very destructive. But I'm not going to go further with that kasi sobrang triggering siya for me and probably for others. And right now, currently, I remember discussing that my current outlet for expressing intense emotion is through weightlifting. And until now, ginagawa ko po yun. Yun pa lang yung pinaka-memorable na episode kasi that's what resonates with me right now, currently. Pero kayo naman, guys. What episode or what particular lesson? Oh my God, yung ego namin ni Kiara. Okay,
Oh,
talk na
for
kayo.
me, the most memorable or my favorite episode is Growing Pains with Teacher Ella
Mm.
Diaries. I really learned there to learn how to cut people off who stop you from growing. How important it is to leave unnecessary things and people behind. There.
Para naman sa'kin, wala naman akong favorite na, episode from Titan Radio, but para sa'kin, as I thought about podcast, I always think about speaking out for ourselves and for others, because that's has a lot of courage to speak out and to speak to others kahit hindi ka makikita sa screen or kahit hindi makikita yung mukha mo, or hindi mare-recognize yung voice mo. Kaya yun.
For me, we have tackled a lot of topics ranging from careers to growth to love. And I feel like when someone clicks on a Titan Radio podcast, they somewhat relate to it somehow. And it's really surreal. And I agree with Adriana. I think growth is really important. And I love that episode with Teacher Ella Diaries.
Yeah, same. Kasi kami, na-miss rin namin si Miss Jelly. So it's really a great time to converse with her on how her life is doing and how her growth can relate to the growing pains and how can she relay the message to the youth. Paano mangyayari? Ikaw pa, Renee, as a main host from the Toastmasters, I'm sure that you've helped us in creating some scripts. For you, what is the most memorable episode and why is that?
I think over our Titan Radio journey together as a main host,
Mhm.
is that yung pinaka mahalagang lesson para sa akin is that there are so many perspectives about so many things in general. Love, careers, and vulnerability, growth, etc. and etc. Like, I remember when we discussed noong career episode, if I'm not mistaken, that we discussed about how careers should also be practical, but they should also be they should also be your dreams, they should also be your dream careers. And so many people have many says about that. Some may say na dapat practical lang job mo, you should always consider the pay and the method. Meanwhile, others would be like, reach your dreams, the money is like a second priority, and that's it. Pero yun nga, I just realized that with our many guests, including these wonderful guests today, and of course with my amazing co-hosts, Hannah, Kiara, and Gail, I realized na, yun nga, the many opinions that people have, they can just blend together into something beautiful, and that thing, for me, right here is Titan Radio. Ayun.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Grabe
Nakaka-
na-touch ako.
yeah. So, since we're reminiscing about past episodes, let's go back naman. Let's reminisce past events in the school year. So, as a student of LSQC, what was your favorite event so far in this school year? What was your favorite event and why? Bakit naman siya naging favorite?
Mine was academic week and Christmas party because it makes us to not think about hard all of the assignments, exams that are coming up, and that we were able to rest for just that day and forget about all of the works that we should work on. Yun lang.
True. Actually, di ko rin na-expect na magkakaroon ng Christmas party. And I expected na Christmas party is kain lang in front of the camera, which is very awkward. Pero come to think of it pala, yung mga class officers and of course the whole section has the freedom to create their own activity. So that's what makes it more fun, for my opinion. How about you guys?
For me, it's also the Christmas party. I had a lot of fun in that event. So special thanks to our advisor, to our class president, Lorenzo Arellano, and our class officers for organizing that. And yeah, it's just everyone got to organize it in their unique ways, and everyone had a lot of fun doing it.
For me, it was also academic week because there were lots of activities in all subjects. Katulad nung sa Filipino, I've become the second place. I have become the second placer in the formal essay writing contest. Tapos yung naging intermission dancer din ako sa PE, which boosted my confidence kasi sanay ako na sumasayaw lang ako sa CR mag-isa. Tapos, or kaya sa mirror, tinitingnan ko yung sarili ko. Tapos, thinking about it, there were lots of people who were watching me. Tapos, yung naging co-host din ako sa English contest nung yung naging MC ako. Tapos, halos lahat ata ng grade levels nanood nun. So, I'm really proud of the contestants and I'm really proud of myself and I'm really proud of Macy, my co-host dun sa English contest. Tapos, yung pinaka-tumatak talaga na event, pero hindi talaga siya event, was the yung Araling Panlipunan. Yung nanood tayo ng
Oh,
movie na si Juan Tamad, Ang Diablo at 5 Milyong Boto. Siguro mga 5 beses ko yun pinanood. Tapos it's also relevant since magaganap na yung elections in just a span of 2 weeks in May 9th. So, ayun.
well, first of all, congratulations. Kasi I feel like na bumuhat ka talaga this academic week. Like, napansin ko, uy, breakthrough ni Palad ngayon. Wow, congrats! And also, talaga,
Halos
yung
wala akong pahinga nun, pero okay lang, it was all worth it.
worth it naman. Kasi, before, yung new student ka pa lang, I was friends with you, right? Then, I'm like, I could see potential in you noon. Then, nung nakita ko na you were very open throughout all of the events, almost majority of the events of the academic, I was very proud of you because you were able to show people on like, you were able to show people kung sino ka talaga. And yung na-manifest mo siguro yung pagsasayaw sa CR. Naging
Naman.
manifest mo ata. So yun, sa harap na ng batch ko sumayaw yun. So I would like to congratulate you with that. Nakaka-proud ka talaga. Yun.
Thank you. Oh
Pero
my
sana kaya din yung mga nakikinig, like parang, I know that some of you, pareho ni Mikhail ang sumasayaw sa CR. Baka naman sa intermission pag F2F na, kayo na. Ayun lang. So kayo naman guys, what was your favorite event? Ikaw Rihanna, I haven't heard from you.
Oh, same with everyone else. My favorite event is also academic week. Although I did not participate in the academic week, since we don't really get interaction in online class because you don't know the students in grade 7, you don't know the students in grade 8, 9. Um, I got to see them. It's really awkward that in the middle of the school year mo na sila nakilala. But it was still nice because you got to see them, you got to see their talents, their skills. So you know what to expect from them. Unlike, kasi nung face-to-face, di ba pag academic week, hindi mo lang sila doon nakikilala, but you already know them for their skills before academic week pa. And you get interaction kasi you see the you see the other students of different levels, whether it's a normal day or not. Ayun.
Yeah. Pero of course, na kahit hindi ka man na-participate, at least you had fun. Yun yung mahalaga. And I think maraming tao talaga ginagamit nila yung academic week as a time to rest. So, yun. How about you, Kara? What's your favorite event aside from the academic week?
Huh?
Aside from
Um,
academic week.
siguro yung ano, yung academic break na 2 days lang. O bakit? Iba naman yun sa
Two
academic week ah.
days? Yung alala ko yung
Oo.
2 weeks.
Ay, talaga ba? We?
Matulog ka
Kaya
po
next
pong two
next
weeks ha.
school year,
Matulog ko pong 2 weeks. Pero yun. Well, for me, yung pinaka-favorite na nangyari buong school year, I think I could consider being a lead officer as an event na. Okay? Mayroong hardships, mayroon din mga trials, pero I am very happy that kahit pa paano, may paglilingkod ako sa inyo. Wow! Paglilingkod. Service lang yun in English, so. Alright.
Yeah, I think yung being part ko ng lead is really gonna stick with me for the rest of my life.
Pero
Okay, yun lang.
I just want to know kung meron ba dito. Yung grade 9, ay yung grade 7 lang pala nandito. Sumali mo kayo na lead para yung Titan Radio magkaroon man ng season 2, season 3, season 4, and so on. At saka yung catchphrase ni Renee, will live on forever. Wow! Forever. Yun lang.
eternity.
Eternity.
Pero speaking of Titan Radio, one of my favorite moments, or rather organizations and parts of the school year, was Titan Radio itself. Kasi grabe, it was like I found a community here that accepted me. And as we say nga, it's a safe place where you'll never feel out of place.
And other than being safe, I think Titan Radio has also become an outlet for me to learn a lot of things. And to actually, recharge my social battery. Alam niyo naman. So, speaking about Titan Radio, naalala niyo ba nung first episode na nagbigay kayo ng wish to the younger batch? Naalala niyo pa ba yung mga wish na yun?
Yes, I remember my wish for them is to make memories and to enjoy their high school life. And don't forget about their mental health. Ayun. I really hope na hindi lang this year yun matutupad. I hope in the coming years din, matupad nila yun.
Wala namang specific deadline. Kayo ba, Russell, Mikhail, and Alexis? Naalala niyo ba yung mga wishes niyo for the younger batch?
Ako, hindi, sige ka muna. Oh my gosh.
Para sa akin, onti na lang. Pero as I remember na sana matuto kami from our senior years for our older batch na parang like we can learn more from them and from you both. Tas para magkita-kita tayo to F. Ganon.
Pero guess what? Next school year na yun. So, natupad yung wish ni Alexis.
Sa akin, yung wish ko before was na mag-enjoy sana yung mga grade 7 ngayon. I-enjoy nila yung high school life nila since start ng journey nila yung ng grade 7. Tapos, wag nilang i-stress yung sarili nila sa academics lang para magawa din nila yung mga hobbies nila. Tapos, to always trust yourself. Those were my wishes before.
Pero let's ask the grade 7 naman. Natupad ba yung mga wishes ni Riannah and Mikhail? Natupad ba?
Natupad naman.
In some way, yeah.
Yeah. My wish before was for the older batch to be successful and so that they will strive in whatever they do and to have fun. And it kind of made me look like I was talking to like college students, but you're
Oo nga, pang long term, hindi siya short term wishes like us.
yeah.
Kaya nga parang in a few years pa namin ikaw mababalikan.
Yeah, but when
Yeah.
you're going to that time and age where you're turning to senior high school, you're basically preparing for college, and so it's important to just have fun and just to be successful in what you do and in your studies. So time will really tell.
I feel old. Oh my gosh. Kasi senior high lang ako. Hindi, hindi magiging senior citizen. Okay. Pero I appreciate naman na you really wish for the best of us. But I think Mikhail already proved na your wish came true. Nag-strive si Mikhail. Okay? Nag-strive siya this
Grabe
year.
naman, lalaki ba ulo ko nito?
Well, bragging rights mo na yan. As in.
So, like, taking note that a whole school year has passed and that we had all these wishes and all these expectations, maybe it's time to try thinking about the lessons and the advice that you got from this school year. Kahit short lang, what did you guys learn from this school year from?
Siguro the lesson that na nakatatak talaga sa utak ko hanggang ngayon, actually naka-print yung essay na to sa harapan ko ngayon, is yung pinakita ng English teacher namin, yung essay na to. Yung title niya is Why We Should Not Compare Ourselves with Others. So, it basically tells us that there will always be someone better or worse than you. You could feel inferior or superior at some point. However, you're still the same incredible person as you were before.
Ba't
Um,
yun yung essay? Wala kaming ganyan. Okay.
Grabe came prepared.
Oo, kasi like nung parang day na pinakita niya sa amin yan, binalikan ko yung recording namin tapos screenshot ko tapos print ko na sa harapan ng print ko na tapos dinikit ko na siya sa wall ko.
As a Taurus myself, kailangan talaga natin ng reality check minsan.
Correct.
Ayun.
Ako naman, a lesson I learned is, eto. My friends know this, but every time something happens, I always say, I can do it. Kaya ko yan. Ako pa ba? I always say that not because I'm arrogant or I'm too ambitious or masyado akong believe sa sarili, basically. But I always say that because I know that I can't give up when life gives you a problem. At first, that I can do it mentality might seem positive until it gets to the point where you become too hard on yourself. I realized that I overestimated myself. In the beginning of the school year, I told myself you need to exert effort, you need to study harder, you need to always give your best. And I did. I gave my best until eventually I got tired. I was so focused on doing my best that I forgot about myself. I kept on saying, kaya ko yan, until hindi ko na kinaya. It all started with me losing motivation. I found it hard to focus, and then I got overwhelmed and stressed with everything that was going on. And honestly, as a control freak, I have a schedule for everything because I want everything to go smoothly. And then suddenly, a lot of bad things came my way. I experienced a lot of problems, and then I lost friends too. I had to learn it the hard way. Na I remind myself na tao nga pala ako. Na I can make mistakes, I get tired, and I need to rest. Na I'm not a machine. Na I'm always at my best. Talagang may low points tayo. May ups and downs talaga. Hindi may iwasan yun.
Wow, I'm really proud of you, Rihanna. So, siguro yan din yung gusto kong i-point out sa mga magiging listeners ng episode na to na hindi maganda talaga ang toxic productivity. You always have to provide quality time for yourself.
Yes,
Yeah.
and always forgive yourself whenever you make mistakes.
At saka let's say, this expectation na I made a list. Every minute will go on smoothly. And of course, that expectation is kind of toxic for me. Kind of toxic for my perspective kasi we should also, consider the factors that you cannot control. Ah, so, yun. Alexis was saying something kanina. And, yeah.
For me, yung lesson or advice na tumatak na sa isip ko nung unang pa lang, noong, there was this CLED lesson that we were doing. There was a one classmate that I completely looked up to. She said that, um, that she was grateful for all of the haters slash fake friends or plastic friends na um she they betrayed her or backstabbed her lately. And to be honest, na felt ko yon. And sana din yung mga listeners na nakikinig ngayon na wag wag na muna kayo nag-stick sa isang kaibigan kasi ang daming-dami pa yun na mami-meet pa ng mga ibang tao. Tas one day mare-realize niyo na sana hindi na namin nag-stick sa isang friend. Kasi for me, kahit meron akong dalawang kaibigan, up till now, 7 years kami na ngayon magkaibigan, na-realize ko kahit kailan, mare-realize niyo din kung sino yung mga peke at totoong kaibigan niyo.
Yeah. Ang nakuha ko kay Alexis to never settle for less. Yun talaga.
For me, I guess it's to have a positive mindset um, because imagining or knowing that everything is gonna be okay will really subside all the negativity, and we can let negativity break us, or we can build on it and do our best at the same time taking care of our mental health. And so, my message to our viewers today is that to always find the silver lining in any situation and just be positive.
Ikaw ba, Kiara? Meron bang advice na tumatak sa'yo this school year?
Ano, ang advice na na-learn ko this school year is any productivity is still productivity. Kasi ako before, um, I used to always compare myself to other people. Lagi akong, ano, like, nagsuscroll ako sa IG, kunwari, tapos may makikita ako magpo-post ng, like, to-do list, tapos check na lahat ng gagawin niya, gano'n. Tapos, compare ko yun sa sarili ko na, oh my God, ang dami ko pang gagawin. Tapos, bakit hindi ako pwede maging katulad niya na agad-agad tapos na yung mga gagawin niya, gano'n. Tapos, na-learn ko na ang toxic pala na mindset na yun, na i-compare ko yung sarili ko to other people kasi
Pero I know Renee is a very insightful person, so I'm sure na marami tayong makukuha sa kanya. So Renee, what advice or pieces of advice that you um, got from this school year?
I got a lot from this school year, but yung top two ko is that number one, it's okay to ask for help. Kasi from grade 9, I came from like a really dark alley in my life. It was like emerging from this really dark tunnel. Then I saw the light, and at first it just really hurt. It hurt my eyes. Kind of like how you stare at the sun daringly, and then suddenly just whoop, ouch. But then over time, that sun became a little less burning in a way, and for me, the sun was like my friends and all of you guys. Kasi I realized that I had people in my life that taught me na the kindness that you put out into the world will come back to you. And I'm really grateful for that lesson. Tapos, yung number two is it's a little irony to my first lesson. It's that it's okay to stand alone and to be your own person. Kasi, um, I went to Lourdes like 2 years ago, I think, 2 or 3 years ago, and it was a whole new environment. It was a lot bigger than my previous environment, I guess. And I got a lot more opinions and insights, and then from that I got my own insights then. So parang na-realize ko din that it's okay to stand as your own person, and that doesn't make your love for the people that have influenced you, that have helped you get to this point any less. So ayun, I hope that listeners, and of course, everyone here can get a little bit of insight based on that. How
Okay,
about you, Hannah?
uh, well, I have to comment some on the insight that you said that it's okay to ask for help, but of course, we should not depend our whole self on one person. Grabe na yun. So, it's a good thing that you said your second point. Kasi people might take the first point the wrong way. Pero for me, this year, the advice that I got was actually from Pinterest. Kasi I had a new iPad, syempre, I had to personalize my iPad. Then, of course, this year, hindi siya man this year, last year, I concentrated my whole 2021 trying to heal from 2020. Then, I saw this quote from Pinterest. Medyo cliche siya. Kasi galing nga from Pinterest. It says that great things never come from comfort zone. So as a person who doesn't like change that much, and I don't like feeling uncomfortable, I really like to be in the zone. I realized that I spent my whole 2020 trying to be comfortable for who I am, trying not to make my mindset reach out, grow. Then doon ko na na-realize that I was stuck. I was still the same person that I was the previous year. And when I saw that quote, it made me realize that I should be grateful on the of the times that made me feel uncomfortable. Like if I experience pain, I'm going to experience the pain because I know for the fact that the pain will turn to something beautiful in the end. Parang ganun. So whenever I feel unbothered, syempre, magrereklamo rin ako. But I'm just going to accept it eventually. Yeah.
Grabe, ang dami nating natutunan, guys. Ganyan talaga kasi kapag sumasali sa Titan Radio. Mga smarties, mga genius.
Kaya next year, sumali sa Titan Radio para masabihang genius.
Pero speaking of mga sumasali sa Titan Radio, pakilala din naman natin yung mga people na hindi pa naririnig ng audience natin, which is ayun na nga, introduce natin yung mga people that have worked on Titan Radio ever since day one, pero hindi pa nag-appear, hindi pa nakikita or na-introduce formally to our listeners. So, isa doon ang ating super gwapong editor, si Lorenzo Arellano. Ay, joke lang, nagpakita ka na pala. Sige, huwag ka na.
Ha? Oh, sige. Bye po guys. Thank you.
Joke lang.
Kaso
Sige, isa pa.
yung isa pong editor, hindi po available na.
Oo, nasa Boracay.
Um,
Nasa Bora.
my name is Lorenzo Arellano. I'm from 7 Faith. I've been the editor since day one of Titan Radio. Thank you for noticing.
Napansin na rin si Enzo. Okay na siya. Hindi siya attention seeking. Okay, anyway, yung kasama rin ni Enzo is of course si Marfy. Hindi siya kasama ngayon. Marfy Yamzon from 1042. Yeah. And of course, hindi natin kakalimutan yung pinakamagandang guidance counselor.
Right. Fun fact. Hindi, alam niyo ba na every recording session, meron kaming guidance counselor present with us. And that guidance counselor has always been Miss Ronette Ortiz.
Oh, hi.
Uh, if familiar yung name niya, it's kasi na na-mention siya ni Tito Kiko Pangilinan. Wow,
Wow.
nakaka-proud, grabe.
Yes. Pero yan ay galing rin naman sa students. You guys inspire me. And I hope that Titan Radio is also would stay here para ma-inspire din yung ibang students in the future. Congratulations! And hello sa ating listeners
Correct.
for today's
Sana maging club
podcast.
din to soon para kasi super daming potential talaga ng Titan Radio.
Yes. Mm-mm. Magandang idea.
Nakakakilig, Palad.
mag-evolve yung podcast to something much bigger. Kunyari, uy, YouTube channel na siya. May vloggers na yung Lourdes. Wow!
Grabe. Uy,
Libre
fun fact
pangalan.
din yun, no?
Ayun.
Fun fact din yun kasi at first, yung idea namin ni Hannah, yung very first version ng Titan Radio, it's
Music
actually
lang.
a revamp of an
Mm-mm.
old club na talaga sa Lourdes.
Here.
Uy, by the way, fun
Muna
fact,
kami.
ang ating
Kaya,
creative side ng Titan Radio, nagsusulat ng lahat ng outlines ng ating episodes is yung Paxit Bonum.
yeah.
Tas
Pero
nandito,
namuna pa rin kami.
okay,
Isang
hater.
gabi gan.
PEB hater.
Pero fun pa ka, one night lang namin ginawa ni Kiara yung project proposal and na-approve agad siya. That's something
Ha?
that...
Sure ka bang na-approve
Na-approve
agad?
yan. Na-approve agad. Ang pinalitan lang is yung
Grabe,
names.
parang sa memory ko, 3 months ata ang delay.
Yeah, 3 months yung delay. Dahil yung binayaran pa natin siya. Right.
Anyway, fun fact, nandito yung editor-in-chief ng Titan Radio tuloy. Editor-in-chief ng PEB. Mag-hi ka naman.
Hi everyone, I'm Riannah Mendoza and I'm the editor-in-chief of Pax at Bonum.
Fun fact,
Hindi niyo pa alam.
Also, behind the scenes, we also have Pio Alegado who actually created Titan Radio's music. Yung outro and intro soundtrack natin, actually. So, shout out kay Pio Alegado dyan. Hi.
oo, tsaka isa pang fun fact, alam nyo ba yung outro sa pinaka-first episode ng Titan Radio? Mistake actually siya. May isa pa talaga kaming song for the outro pero may miscommunication sa editors namin. Tapos hindi na namin napansin nung na-publish siya. Pero in the end, we kept it na lang kasi bagay naman. So,
Ay, oo. Other than that, magkakaroon dapat kami ng ng different music themes per season. Tutuloy ba yun? Di ba may Halloween soundtrack tayo, may Christmas song?
hindi na tuloy kasi yung delay nga.
Yeah.
Tapos wala naman tayong Christmas episode because pagod tayo nun.
I just want to say thank you to all those who have been involved in Titan Radio sa first season na to. And to all our guests from across all the episodes. And I just want to say na this experience has been one of the best and oh my gosh, ang bittersweet. Wait lang. I just want to say that I appreciate all of you and I hope that more people would appreciate you guys kasi deserve nyo yun. And sa mga listeners dyan, thank you for listening in dito sa Titan Radio. And mag-rewatch din kayo ng episodes. Tapos kung sana meron, mag-watch kayo ng future episodes pa. So, ayun, please always remember that Titan Radio is the space where you'll never feel out of place. That's for me.
It has been a privilege to be your main host, and I'm very happy that I was given the opportunity to talk to a lot of people. So yun nga, social batteries up, then of course, my perspective has been broadened. And that has been it. This is Titan Radio. Once again, I am Hannah Marie Chiu, your main host from 10 Justice.
I'm Kiara Garcia, also your main host from 10 Fortitude.
And I'm Renee Jamila, your Toastmasters main host from 10 Fortitude.
And this has been Titan Radio, this space where you'll never feel out of place.